I know you feel invisible right now. You go to school and you feel like nobody can see you. You almost feel like a ghost. You know, usually there's like people that everybody likes, and there are people that everybody kind of hates. But you're more just like in the middle. You're not even necessarily in the middle. You're just like in these weird spaces. Nobody really cares about you. Like nobody likes you. Nobody hates you. Like you're just basically invisible. And you want to be liked, right? It's like you want people to like you, want people to respect you. And I get that. But one thing I'll tell you is you don't need everyone to like you. You don't need everyone to respect you. Like, the older you grow, the more you start to realize that a lot of these people, they're not fucking worth it. Literally, they are really not worth it at all. Like, right now, you're just, like, you're so desperate for this validation. You're so desperate for, like, just respect, for just recognition, for just acceptance. But I'm telling you the truth, you don't need it. At least not from these people, right? It's not from, your stupid classmates or schoolmates or whatever. Because I remember back in my day, I used to be like, I was a quiet kid, the shy, like basically a ghost, invisible.
By the way, if you're in a rut now and you're finding it difficult to get back on your feet and get back in the grind and get back to the flow of things, I've actually created a program that is going to help you do just that. If you're interested in that, if this is a problem you're facing and you actually need a solution, just click the first link in the description of this video.
And it used to always hurt me so much. Like, I remember I would go home and be feeling down, feeling like burdened, that just wish people would see me, I just wish people would recognize me, I just wish people would like me, I just wish I could be cool. But I'm telling you the truth, like, especially in like high school, secondary school, whatever, it's not what it's literally. Like, a lot of this, your classmates, schoolmates, whatever, they are not high quality people. Honestly, they are literally not high quality people. And it's like, it's kind of fair at the same time. Like, all of you are literally still children, bro. As long as you're under 20, you're still a child, bro. You're literally still a child. A lot of you are still children, so obviously you can't fully blame them for acting the way they do. Like, they're still young, their brain is literally underdeveloped. But I'm telling you the truth, like, striving to become popular or to be liked by everyone or to be like one of the big boys or the cool kids or whatever, not fucking worth it, in my opinion. What I would say you should do instead is you kind of, like, how would I put it? You should try to get closer to people you genuinely like. You should try to be more like yourself, if that makes sense. I know at the same time it's kind of like, would I say wrong to say, but you don't really have a self right now. Like, yeah, like I said, you're still pretty much a child. No offense to you, brother. Yeah, you're still a child. But you don't really have yourself. But at the same time, you kind of do, because you have your values, you have things you believe in, you have like behaviors, things you think are right and things you think are wrong. You have like dress style, you have, music taste, all those things, you have it. But what you like is not literally what is like popular, it's not what the cool kids will like, it's like what is nerdy and all that. I remember back when I was in GS3, so I don't know if you're watching this from another part in the world, I don't know, GS3, I was like, what, can't tell, maybe like I was like 13, 14, something like that, around that age range. So just equate that to whatever part of the world you're watching is, however the school system works there. So I was like around that age, and I used to draw comics. So literally from GS3, from that 13 years old ish point all the way down to literally, like, I wanted to say when I was born, but obviously not when I was born, or all the way down to like, I don't know, maybe first grade, primary one, when I was like 5 years old, 6 years old, whatever. So I used to draw comics, I used to write all these stories that, like, illustrates the story with like drawing. So it's like comics basically. And I used to do it for the longest time. So in my former school, I was did it a lot, I kind of came, like, it was part of my identity. Like, people that knew me knew that I used to draw that stuff, and it was always very cool. You show your friends, you read it, you like it and all that. So I got to this new school, I was like the quiet kid now, nobody really knew me anymore. And I was still drawing these comics, but I remember then in GS3, I remember there was this big comic I was trying to work on at the time. I've forgotten the name. I think it was Cyber Brain or something like that. But I remember I drew some parts of it, so I started writing the story. But I reached a certain point and I remember thinking to myself that I don't want to draw comics anymore. Like, this is childish. This is childish. Why? Because all the big boys don't draw comics, right? So I got the big boys that, get all the girls, which, like I'm saying it right now, as you grow older, you just start to look back and that shit is just disgusting. Like, you all are literally fucking children, bro. No girl that you think is what it is, trust me. But the big boys that get all the girls, big boys that get all the recognition, that get all the popularity, whatever, they don't draw comics, right? Like, this is like baby shit, this is like kindergarten stuff, this is like, small boy stuff. So I want to be like part of the big boys. So I stopped doing those comics and drawing all those stories, whatever. And that was like, what, I don't know, 10 years ago, 8 years, 10 years ago, whatever, however long ago that was. And I regret, like, it's not necessarily like I regret it that it continues to weigh me down and I can't sleep at night. But looking back, I shouldn't have. If I could talk to that version, I'll tell him to not stop. Like, why do you want? It's not like you want to stop because you genuinely are just like, I want to try something else. You just want to stop just because you want to be a big boy. Like, it makes no sense. Like, you're trying to mold yourself to fit in with like this. Like, it's not worth it, honestly. And the people you haven't, that's the crazy thing. People I was trying to impress, like, they didn't give two fucks, man. They didn't care. It's like I was the one that lost. I lost everything at the end of the day. And me even stopping the coin, it didn't even make me cooler by any means. Like, basically, I won't argue, it won't made me less of an interesting person. Because, before somebody, meets me, like, kind of knows about me, and they say, wow, you make all these comics. They read one and they find out, it's like, wow, you actually draw pretty well. Oh, you write all these stories. Pretty impressive. Now, like, they meet you and basically nothing. Like, you don't draw, you don't play. I wasn't like a sports guy. I wasn't social. Like, basically, like, I literally had nothing to my name. So the point I'm trying to make is, like, you don't, like, if there's this, like, you have like your own personality, you have your own weird hobbies, you have your own things you're interested in. Don't try and change that just because you want to be part of the cool kids, just because you want people to like you, just because you want to fit into like your friend group or whatever. Trust me, it's not what it's. What I would have recommended, I did instead. Obviously now that, like, if I go back to the past and change something, the presence they may like something will be different or whatever. But if I could see that version, I'll tell him to just like be proud of what he likes. Be proud of what you actually like. Like, I like to draw comics and tell all this story. Like, that's cool, bro. Like, be proud of that. You don't need to try to change yourself so that your big boy friends like you, or you're enough of my friends. But so those guys, those people who think you're cool. I used to also, like, I never really was on social media. Like, that was something, and I remember then I would try to like force myself. And it's not even like today that technology is just like, is like, honestly, like, I'm literally kind of pitying the younger generation of today because technology is so advanced now, which is kind of a good thing. It presents a lot of opportunities, but it's like your brain doesn't have the opportunity to develop because of how advanced all these technologies and how much time people spend on it, and now it's just like normal now. But points I'm just trying to make then is like, I wasn't really, even though technology wasn't as advanced as it is today, I still wasn't really a social media guy. But everybody, everybody's on social media, everybody that is on WhatsApp. The most common one then was Facebook during our time. So everybody's on Facebook, everybody's on WhatsApp. I remember some people be talking and be like, wow, man, all the social media platforms are like 10 different. So it was like one thing I actually wanted to do, like, yeah, I want to join all the social media platforms, but that wasn't really me. I wasn't the guy to join social media platforms. The only social media platform I ended up really liking is YouTube, and once you're today, it's YouTube I like. But it's like, just that's one thing I would tell myself. Don't try to be on all the social media platforms if that's not what you want. Don't try and do just because everybody's doing it. So I remember another thing again, people will be like, some trending song or some trending like dance step or some trending movie or whatever. Don't try and like rush and go and watch it, or try to like change your behavior to that just because everybody's doing it. Trust me, like, yes, you're the quiet kid, yes, you're the shy, you're the nerdy type. Nobody, like, you're basically a ghost. Nobody acknowledges your presence, and it sucks. It's painful because I've been in that position, and it's part of the reason why I make these videos now, to talk to that younger version of myself. I wish, because I didn't have me, basically. Like, like 5, 10, 8 years later, I didn't have me. So I felt alone a lot of the time because I didn't really feel like I could talk to anybody. And yeah, like obviously YouTube still did help, I watch some creators here and there, but nobody knew my specific situation. So me making these videos is just like trying to help that version of myself, even though it's basically dead if you think about it, because like that version can never exist anymore. But basically, just trust me, especially high school shit, like secondary school, high school, whatever part of the world you live in. It's not what it's like. Whatever you think is cool, whatever you think is like going to make you a big boy, or whatever you think is going to make you popular, whatever. Trust me, it's not nonsense at the end of the day. I just give you like another 5, 8, 10 years for it to grow up and see what all this nonsense really is. It's not what's changing your behavior to be liked by everybody. So what I would say is like, stick with the things you actually like. If you like to draw, keep drawing, even double down on it more. If you like sports, double down on it more. If you like, like you dress a certain way. In our schools though, we did used to wear uniforms, everybody looks basically the same. But if you like to dress a certain way, like dress that certain way. If you like particular type of music, like your particular type of music. If you like, particular type of game, like that, like you don't have to mold yourself just to try and fit in with everybody, just so you like cool and all that. And also I also still argue like try and find people that genuinely care about you. Because when as quiet as I was, as introverted, as shy, as awkward as I was, like looking back, there are people that are just, I look back now that I'm just like, they were good people. Like I should have tried to be closer to those people. Like they were just like genuinely, they would just actually care about you. They would just genuinely want to help you. They would just genuinely want to be around you. Like and also they have good values, similar values to you and all that. So it's like just try and get closer to those people. But anyways, as it's like don't try and change yourself for these children traveling in your school. Like they're not fucking, it's not fucking what is real.
By the way, if you're in a rut now and you're finding it difficult to get back on your feet and get back in the grind and get back to the flow of things, I've actually created a program that's going to help you do just that. If you're interested in that, if this is a problem you're facing and you actually need a solution, just click the first link in the description of this video.